Hi guys, it's Ron, singer from Montreal. I'm not going to be singing today. I wanted to do a vlog on an interesting topic. It's called impressions, okay? And how big and incredibly interesting it becomes, impressions, okay? Now, myself, how I usually dress in summer is I guess dressed like a musician, cut off, t-shirts with my vest and some cool pants and my Indian, bracelet, and, so people would actually approach me and ask me if I was in a band, and I'd reply, yes, I'm a singer, and that's an impression, see? And it's funny how I dress in winter because I look like the total jock. Like, I have my New York Jets football team jacket on, and I got my Boston Bruins winter hat on, And so that's an impression because, see, if I wanted to leave the impression I'm a rocker singer, right, wouldn't I dress that way in winter too? Like, it's not a big deal to me all that much, but you see, still yet, like, people are probably gonna miss that unless I told them this because I have an impression that I'm just a sports guy and into that, So sometimes I wonder, I could get some interesting, clothes for winter that make me look like that, but at the same time, I don't want to hide that I have a passion for sports as well as my singing and my, heavy metal or my melodic metal, anyways. So, like, even how you guys dress leaves an impression, right? So people are always going to be, judgmental in the first place, right? So now here's one, you guys. Oh my God, you're going to like this, I think, okay? I was singing in a cover band, and I think I joined the band, I was around 28. So me, I was pretty old compared to them, because they were, I don't think the oldest one was 22 yet, I don't think. So, anyways, we did a show at the Pioneer Club, which is just a wonderful, oh my God, I never had a better sound like that, because the whole place was made of wood, And anyways, long story short, we did our show, and my bass player approaches me because his mother was there that night, okay? And the bass player approaches me and asks me, my mom asked if you were on heroin, and I said, what? Heroin? Are you nuts? Look, my mom was a nurse, okay? She gave me a talking to at 16, okay? She knew I was messing with girls, first of all, right? So she just said, look, as long as you're respectful to these girls, and especially if they're virgins, like, you better call them next day. And it's funny what she did to me after. Like, if I find out you didn't, I'll be very mad with you. So, that's a lesson I took, and I do that. And another thing was the fact that heroin even got brought up. That freaked me out. So, like I said earlier, my mom had a talking to me at 16 years old, and she said, look, Ron, I don't mind if you smoke a bit of pot and you drink a bit of booze, but stay away from pills and powders, okay? And I did that through my life. I took her advice on that one. So that was just the first one with his mom, okay? Then it ends up where I go to the bass player's house. Danny Jurgens was his name, so I got to meet, Mrs. Jurgens, and I went with my guitar player, Mark Gordon. And then his mother asks me another question, and she says to me, are you gay? And I said, what? Why would you ask me that? And she goes, well, because you're so thin and you move sexually on stage and all that. I said, oh, no, ma'am, I'm a total all man, like, trust me, I've got girls interested in me and all that. So you see that right there? Impressions, man. I was thought of to be doing heroin and that I was possibly gay. It's not a big deal, that, to me. But it's just, wow, I was really taken in by that wrong impression, It's just, it's too much. Like, And then I can think back to even earlier, like examples like we had Rock Hudson. So I remember as a young boy, like he was such the ladies' man, that guy. Then I found out that he was a gay man after I was, impressions again, And there's many more I can think of. That's really it. Like how such wrong. Oh, here's a good example in the modern day. Okay, look at Lady Gaga. Okay, everyone talked about, is it possibly a man or what, and all that. Like I said earlier, like people are always gonna judge, and they're always gonna assume. And I've seen it so much in, not so much like that story though, boy, oh boy. So it's just that, like I said it earlier, like how we dress leaves an impression, unfortunately. But you know what? For people like myself that don't really care about that kind of stuff, well, we're good. But if you are just people that are conscious, just think about it then, I guess, deeper, because then, be a little more conscious of how you dress, I guess. It's unfortunate. And how you talk, and because that too, if your mouth doesn't, just to impress, say, friends or someone, to be sort of try to be cool, and you started to cuss, but that's really not really you, then doesn't that start to leave a false impression of the true you itself? So that's my point in the end, guys. So, Singer from Montreal, much love to Facebook and YouTube. Out.